Welcome everybody to the weekly Raw review. It's your boys at DA Wrestling. It's Doug, Andrew.
Directo.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Really good. Really, decent Raw night. A couple really cool points in the show. It was really good. Good though. It's Monday. It's snowed.
How was the inventory today?
Inventory was always fun. Wasn't that bad actually. It was just took a lot longer because it was a busy weekend.
Yeah, fair enough.
You
You guys did a special weekend this weekend, right?
yeah, we did the lobsters this weekend with Jake's. So
Yeah.
that was good. Uh, let's get into our next lovely Raw review. This is our go home show for the Royal Rumble weekend this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern on Peacock.
On the cock.
Yeah, on the Peacock. On the
It's on the cock.
NBC.
Yeah, it's on the cock.
Or if you're here still in Canada, WWE Network on Rogers. Thank God.
Or Sportsnet Plus.
Or Sportsnet Plus, absolutely.
Which is how I enjoy the monthly WWE PLEs.
Yes, the cheap plug.
Yes. Yes.
Before we get started with the video, though, make sure if you like, share, and subscribe down below, guys. It goes a long way for us to make sure we're doing a lot more for you guys. So,
and on the audio side, we actually passed 460 downloads.
Have we?
Yes.
Make sure you follow us on Podbean as well as Spotify, everybody else as well too. Like, share, subscribe down below. Really good to help us all out, guys. Thank you very much. Now back to the Raw review.
Okay. So,
we probably start off with Cody and Punk, eh?
Yeah. We'll just hit the.
Let's just do that.
We'll just take the easy one right off the top. So, top of the 10 o'clock hour.
Yep.
Cody and Punk came out, shook hands before they took to the microphones, and this was one of the best promo segments that Raw's had in a while.
It was really good. It really shows. I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of CM Phil, but quite frankly, he does cut a good promo, especially when he is really motivated to do so.
It's still really like top 5 on the mic.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say.
No doubt.
But like basically the premise of this, and I thought it was going to take a stupid turn right off the hop because Cody asked Punk what he wanted to talk about. Punk said, "Your dad." And I was almost half expecting Cody to be like, "Yeah, guess what? Everyone else likes to as well."
I was actually a little surprised. I was a little surprised. I'm not shocked they didn't do it, but I'm a little surprised he didn't bring up AEW. I'm a little surprised he didn't
because they're not because that's.
I understand the reason. I understand it, right? But I'm a little surprised though they still were considering one helped start and build that company, the other one was in it and nearly like set ablaze to
it. One nearly killed it.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of a little surprised they didn't bring that in, but it was a really good pro battle between like Punk and Cody Rhodes. I like the reference with Dusty. It seems like everybody knew Dusty better than Cody.
Well, yeah, because Dusty was in the business for like 40-something years.
Yeah.
But here's what I really enjoyed about this. Okay. They got the pleasantries out of the way.
Yeah.
Then the jab started.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk basically ended it as he's more American Dream, that he's more the epitome of the American Dream than the American Dream was. Cody comes back with because he did everything Punk said with the pipe bomb, and including going to Ring of Honor, including going to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So he said he's more CM Punk than CM Punk. But
I pissed off Phil nicely.
But Punk had a great comeback because, and this got me thinking, and I thought this is where he was going, but not quite. Because he starts coming back to Cody with, here's CM Punk, here's the CM Punk road to WrestleMania for you.
Yeah.
You spent 2 soul crushing years on top, and you're getting ready to, and you're almost there to finish the story,
Yep.
and then a much bigger superstar comes and takes it all away from you. Now, what I thought he was referencing
Yep.
was his 2012,
Mm.
where he was WWE champion. Him and Jericho, because it was for the title, should have been the main event, but that was replaced by Rock Cena 1. Now, you fast forward to 2013, Punk's still WWE champion,
Yep.
loses the belt to The Rock at Royal Rumble, loses the rematch at Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
There was an inkling that it was either supposed to be, if Rock couldn't go, it was going to be Cena Punk for the title, the main event 29, or it was going to be a triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you told me you'd never heard that part.
I never heard that one at all up until you brought that up to me.
Right.
The one I heard was CM Punk was to everybody know what to do with him, yada yada yada. They said we're gonna give you a main event. It's gonna be his taker, which is like a main event spot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But in Punk's mind, main event is the last
Going
match
on
on
last,
the card.
yeah.
That's the main event. And to be honest, he's not really wrong.
But to be fair, he still had the best match on that card because WrestleMania 29 kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was in cold New York.
But
East Rutherford.
Punk and Taker's a good match if you go back and watch it.
It was good.
It still ages well.
The build up to that match was really good.
That took a dark turn.
Yeah, but you know what though? With this CM Punk and Cody thing, we're gonna get to the Royal Rumble review after this review of Raw. I'm gonna let you know what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know because my guess, I don't know if they're gonna do it, but stay tuned for the Royal Rumble review. It'll be after the Raw review, folks. It should be in the timestamps below.
Okay.
Next.
Seth came out to start the show. Now you asked me to go over this because you missed the first hour.
I did miss a little bit of it. So from what I gathered, Seth is not vacating the title.
No.
Which is a very surprising, considering he's
in his words, it was basically screw what the doctors say. I'm gonna rehab as hard as I have to make sure I make it to WrestleMania and walk into WrestleMania as the champion, walk out as champion. Now,
I'll see him walking out as champion.
Listen, I think there's about a snowball's chance in hell Seth Rollins is still world heavyweight champion after WrestleMania.
I doubt it.
Now, very interestingly, out came Gunther.
Yeah, that's very interesting to me.
Right, because I've seen this earlier. Gunther posted on Instagram, maybe, a picture of him and Seth from like, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, in the ring together, and it was almost foreshadowing what was going to happen tonight. So he comes down, he basically commends Seth for doing things the way he does, and he says, I hope you don't make it to WrestleMania because when I win the Royal Rumble on Sunday, he said Sunday, but the Royal Rumble Saturday. But he's like, he's like, I am going to choose you and I am going to go after your knee. I am going to go after your back. And I'm basically just going to leave you for dead. And Seth ended it with basically just remember who you're coming after. Gunther's rebuttal was, remember who's coming after you. And they shake hands, and as they're about to leave, Kaiser and Vinci, who were standing on the outside throughout this whole segment with Gunther and Seth, get jumped by New Day coming through the crowd. So Vinci's good. Hope he's good. We're good.
Which is great. And that which leads us into a match, which wasn't, it was an interesting match because it ended in basically a DQ. But it did set up one thing though in that match. It set up a couple things. It set up Kofi versus Gunther
Yeah,
next week.
Kofi's challenging Gunther next week, but I
Yeah.
want to talk about this post-match brawl because this was really good too.
Yeah.
They were just going ham on each other. The crowd's loving it. They get up on these equipment boxes and they all take turns trying to suplex each other off this equipment box through these tables.
Yeah.
Eventually, Kofi comes up to save Xavier from the double suplex. All four go crashing through the table.
Yeah.
There were like two tables stacked up there. All four of them go crashing through it.
It kind of pulled out. I think it's almost like I wouldn't be surprised the next little bit if you start seeing a more serious New Day. Because
I think Imperium's the team to get him there.
Yeah, they really referenced the whole everybody thinks we're all just unicorns and bice tricycles and all stuff like that and all happy days, but we're 12-time champions for a reason. And you know what? Like
they're 12-time tag team champions.
Apparently.
Damn.
So, I can see this being a good thing for the New Day because I'll be honest with you, I've never really been a fan of the New Day, but I can see why they're very popular for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a change in direction. If there's still going to be faces, that's fine. That's not
just make them more aggressive,
but make them more, make them more, a lot more vigor in them, a lot more aggression. Show them that people they actually are.
Show me 2019 Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, more aggression, more will to win instead of just trying to. Because the New Day they've always been like borderline heels for years, with like the whole little like antics they do backstage or on every side. They've almost borderline heels.
I mean, they've been pretty much beloved baby faces since Kofi won the title.
Pretty much, right? So, but I'll be interested to see where this goes.
Right. Moving on, I want to talk about. Well, first of all, I want to touch briefly on this, very briefly. Sometime throughout the night, they aired a video because I guess 40 years ago tomorrow was the birth of Hulkamania. And there was about a 4-minute video they played. And Hogan started talking about the Rumble at the end of it. And he hinted at the fact he might be in the Rumble. And I swear to fucking God, that dude better say psych right the fuck now.
I'm going to do it for you. Hogan is not going to be in the Rumble. There's no way.
What if he is?
He's in the Rumble. There's no way.
What if he is?
I'll buy you a Coke.
Deal.
Right? I'm like, he's no way he's going to be in. The guy is Ric Flair's age.
He's like 70 something.
Right? And at this point in time, nobody wants to see it. If he does go at the Rumble, shows at the Rumble, it's going to be booed out like the way it was. Okay? I notice how when Raw came back on, there's a lot of quietness. They almost like they muted everything out. The giant Hulkamania sound there. Okay, so just saying, it's not a good idea.
Okay, good. We're past that.
So after we have
2K?
No, we had Afro Judge. No.
Oh yeah. More arguments in the Judgment Day.
So, which is kind of interesting. Like, you're always seeing more and more cracks weekly on a regular basis there.
Rhea and Damian just keep going at each other's throats. I mean,
let's be honest, Mommy's the real leader of that team.
Yeah, well, Damian doesn't seem to think so.
He's the champion.
Damian's pissed off that Rhea, because I guess Rhea went and made a match for next week. It's going to be Priest and Balor versus DIY for the tag titles.
Well, that's kind of shit for her to do that too.
Right.
Mommy wants to be the one.
Damian, after yelling at Rhea, storms off to get ready for his match with Drew. Rhea's standing there and starts chastising JD and Dom because, DIY should have been dealt with already. And, now Dom had a match against Miz, and then she calls out Balor for not being vicious. Which,
to be honest,
Dom beat the Miz. Balor beat the Miz down afterwards.
To be honest, the Judgment Day to me should be more of a vicious group than what they are. To me, they're almost like a toned down Sons of Anarchy, like really toned.
You want to know what the wrestling equivalent of that is?
What?
Aces and eights.
At least they were more aggressive.
Yeah, they attack people with hammers.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
but which is I mean, WWE's probably gonna bring up eventually anyway, but it's probably gonna happen after WrestleMania. Well, or we're gonna see the true leaders appear at WrestleMania after WrestleMania if the possibility of David Priest cashing in on probably Seth or Punk or whoever the hell it is. Seth Punk or maybe Gunther. I don't know. Whoever is that main event for the title.
Now, there's a scenario that just popped in my head, and it's probably been floated about. You can still have Punk and Seth at WrestleMania. That's
If they
fine.
decide to do that, I mean, I don't know. That's not my pick for the Rumble right now. So.
Nobody said Punk had to win that match.
Nope, but everybody's just crowning it.
Right. What if Seth wins that match and then Damian comes in and cashes in?
That's a good possibility too.
Because this way, think about it like this.
No, it's
This
not like,
way,
not like Seth needs protection.
you take the sting out of Punk losing, and that crowd's just going to be hyped for a cash in.
Yep.
And I bet once Priest gets the title,
yep.
I bet you he gets kicked out of Judgment Day.
Probably. But then you come babyface.
I'm okay with babyface Damian Priest.
But he was cool in NXT as it. So it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, that leads us right into the new 2K24 game.
Which was announced this morning that Cody's on the base cover.
Yep.
And Bianca and Mommy are on the deluxe edition.
Yeah, that's no, truth be told, I've never really been. I'm more of THQ's "Here Comes the Pain" kind of guy, because that to me was just bomb.
Can't go wrong with "Here Comes the Pain."
No, can't. Right, big size, although duper Brock.
Hot take. I like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth more than "Here Comes the Pain."
Fair enough.
Because it had a 3-year season mode instead of a 1 year.
Fair enough. But I said to you earlier before the show started here that I am going to do a little more effort to play that game more this year because quite frankly, I got nothing else to play right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look forward to probably getting this there. And I don't know if I get the deluxe edition. I don't know if I get the standard edition. I don't know which one I want. But I don't know.
Dealer's choice.
I'll decide when I come. I kind of want to lean towards the mommy pack.
But well, it just depends if you want.
It
just depends on if you want like all the DLC and shit. If you think you're going to end up playing it for the entire game cycle, and if you don't think that's going to happen,
yeah,
then
I might just go to standard then.
Because you're still going to get the career mode.
Yeah, I'll still get all this. I still get the special.
They have two
costumes, which I could probably get myself anyway.
They have 2 new career modes, which have been okay lately.
Well, I mean, apparently there's a Stone Cold career mode.
Not a Stone Cold career mode. They're going to do like a 40 years of WrestleMania. So if you played 2K14, they did something called 30 years of WrestleMania, which was they took matches from every single WrestleMania up to that point, except for WrestleMania 30 because it hadn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they just let you play through in like a simulation style, like the showcase mode that they do now.
Okay.
Where they mix real life footage into the game engine.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And sometimes there's QTs and stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna try to give it a whirl this year. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Other matches that went on the card: Ivar versus Chad Gable was a good match.
Was a good match until the end.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know about. I'll be honest with you, this Valhalla character that Sarah Logan's playing. I understand she lives the Viking lifestyle. I get that. Okay, cool. That's up to you. Right? They all kind of both kind.
She got beat by Ivy Nile and still found a way to get involved in the match later.
Ivy Nile's got a lot of potential.
Yep.
She's not winning the Rumble, but she's got a lot of potential to do well. She might be that Iron Woman though. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I'd be surprised if she's the Iron Woman.
I could see her being in for half an hour.
Yeah, I totally see her doing it. She probably has the cardio to do it. To be honest,
she could do that.
She probably has. Yeah. So,
but
what else did I have? There wasn't really much else. There was Shayna Baszler and God, there's Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler tagging against
Candice
Candice
LeRae and Indy
LeRae and
Hartwell.
Now I hope they really make Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae a more formidable tag team than what they're doing. But because I think they're both very talented and both deserve a little shot.
It does nothing for me, man.
No, well, I'm just saying what they're trying to make that tag team division a little more exciting, that women's division. And quite frankly, though, I'd rather see Shayna Baszler go for the women's title. I don't want to see her in a tag match. I want to see.
Right.
I want this Shayna Baszler from NXT that dominated it until she lost to fucking Ripley.
So basically, actually, that whole match was just a backdrop for, because Caden Carter and Katana Chance were ringside for the match.
Yeah,
The match was basically a backdrop for the Kabuki Warriors to attack them to set up the match on SmackDown.
Yeah, which was already set for anyway.
All right, main event time.
Main event time. Priest versus McIntyre.
Decent match until R-Truth decided to be a fucking moron again, and he got involved.
Yeah.
And Priest had the match, won with the South of Heaven, but
cool, man.
Truth was distracting the referee because he had just got fucking whipped across the ring by Priest.
That's silly, man.
Or by McIntyre, one of the two. And then McIntyre just came and hit a Claymore. And then Raw went abruptly off the air.
Yeah, like pretty much almost right at 11 o'clock, too.
Yep.
So that's pretty much
Raw.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Raw review, guys. I said, wasn't that great? Had a couple really cool points in it. CM Punk versus Cody. Who knows? It was really good. That was probably the best part of the match. Best part of the whole show. Movie show, though. Let's get into this quickly with the Royal Rumble predictions, folks.
Let's start with
time. Royal Rumble predictions. Best time of the year is like Christmas, but like in January.
So let's start with the least hyped match, which is Kevin Owens, Logan Paul.
Yeah, there's probably gonna be 4 matches on this card only, guys. The 2 Rumble matches, Fatal 4-Way, and the Kevin Owens match we're gonna start right now.
Okay, so I know you're a Kevin Owens guy. I think Logan Paul wins.
I'm inclined to take Logan Paul as well, just because I think Logan Paul is going to lose that match, lose that title at WrestleMania. But I think they want him at Mania. But my heart says Kevin Owens, but my logic says it's going to be Logan Paul.
So, quick sidebar: who would you have beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania? I have one guy in mind right now.
Where's the same guy I'm thinking of right now?
Does it start with a C?
Carmelo Hayes?
Yes.
That's the only guy I could think of. But my other option for that would be, it depends on what they do as far as the tag team goes. But I'd say Pete Dunne would be an option too. If they don't decide to keep on going with the tag teams up at Tyler Bate. I can see Pete Dunne going for it.
Right.
Which would be a great match. But I think they want to have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate as a tag team for a while, and then probably have Pete Dunne turn on Tyler Bate, because Tyler Bate is just a natural babyface and not going to be a really good heel.
Because he's so damn good looking.
A big strong boy. Strong boy.
He's so damn good looking look at the fucking luscious locks and the mustache and shit.
Yeah, the mustache mountain. I'm telling you, bring back Trent Seven. Just bring him back.
I think he's over in TNA.
I know he's in TNA. Just bring him back.
But
you need to have Mustache Mountain then.
Okay. Do you want to talk Rumble matches, or do you want to just get the Fatal 4-Way?
Let's get the Fatal 4-Way out of the way here. Now, I think there's two possible outcomes. There's 2 outcomes here.
2 ways you can go about it. Just pick one.
I was going to go with a simple thing there. It's going to be probably Reigns retains.
You're calling Reigns?
I think Reigns is going to retain.
Okay, I'll just to be different, I'll just pick Randy Orton.
Okay, here's my Orton. Here's my reason for Orton. I thought Orton as well, though.
I know.
But my Orton reason would be, the only way it works
is if Rock interferes.
Is if that special cousin comes back at the Rumble and it hits a magnificently hard rock bottom on Roman. It's the only way I see Roman
Although,
walking out
to
that
be
title.
fair, it is Roman, so if he gets hit with a rock bottom, he's going to sell it for like 10 minutes. He's going to sell it like he's dead for like 10 minutes.
Which is good. That's the only way I see Randy winning.
Okay. Women's Rumble is not as news, like there's not as many, like as much news coming out of the women's Rumble as the men's. So let's touch on the women's.
Let's do the women's first, because the women's first is probably really quick and well. All right, so you want to have a special? Who is a surprise entrant?
Yeah. So here's how we're going to do it. Just
right.
an extra point.
Okay.
So a point if you get the winner, and you get an extra point if you guess a surprise. Someone who's not advertised, not on the active roster.
So you can't say Jade Cargill.
I'll count her as a surprise because she hasn't debuted yet.
Well, because there's two people who I'm pretty sure are going to come back who are going to show up at the Rumble, as far as the women go.
Mm-hmm. Jade.
One is Jade, and the other one, Naomi. She has done Naomi or Trinity is now officially done her TNA contract or Impact contract. She is done, and her return is apparently very imminent.
Okay, so
although
give me your winner.
Although, go back really quickly to the Fatal 4-Way. What if Roman retains, but Naomi interferes and causes Roman to win and Ted's joined the bloodline? She is married to Jimmy.
I know she's married to Jimmy, but that just...
I'm just saying. Anyway,
there's no females getting involved in the bloodline story on the babyface side for it to even matter.
Could happen. Anyway,
it could happen.
It could happen, exactly. Silly goose.
You sound like the little kid from Angels in the Outfield. It could happen.
It could happen.
All right.
Anyway, let's get serious here. Women's. I'm gonna go with debuting and winning Jade Cargill.
Bailey.
Okay.
My surprise. Layla. Former Divas champion, Layla.
Why don't you just say Michelle McCool too? She's already knows she'll be there that weekend with the Undertaker because he has that one-man show on a Sunday.
Just to be different.
Fine, just to be different.
I like to be obscure, man.
Oh, obscure, obtuse. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, so men's rumble.
All right, let's actually the men's rumble. Men's rumble. Because this is going to come down to is two people. Chick Magnet Phil and Cody Rhodes. I think they both win. I think they pull the old, which it hasn't been done in a while.
The Lex Luger Bret Hart finish.
The Lex Luger Bret Hart finish. They both fall over the top rope. They both hit the floor at the exact same time. And the way it might go is might have a match later on or something. But I think they both win the Rumble. So I'm kind of, I think it's going to end in a draw. Possible. It's hard to choose who, if they, it's been Cody for the longest time. But all of a sudden, when Phil shows back up, throw things into complete another disarray. And that's where the hard part comes into, which also references a former champion coming in and taking someone's spot.
Now, I'm going to hold you to this because if it's one or the other, you don't get a fucking point for it.
Well, that's unfair.
Shit.
That's called cheating.
No, that's not cheating.
It's cheating.
No, you're calling a draw.
It's cheating.
So if so that's like basically you saying Punk and Cody are gonna win the Rumble. That's cheating.
No, that's playing the odds.
I'll only allow it.
Oh, we allow it. Oh, what do you want now? Another Coke?
I will only allow it
An ice cream this
if
time?
they actually do the 94 Rumble finish.
Oh, they both flat on their asses.
Then I will give you the point.
Okay.
If it's one or the other, you're fucking shit out of luck,
Who do you think's gonna win?
Cody.
Okay.
They've been building it for too long. It has to be Cody.
Well, that's why it's hard to choose between which one. I think is gonna go both ways. The way it sounded tonight is like they're gonna go both ways. So might as well call it square square. Um,
What's your surprise?
Andrade.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think Andrade comes back at the Rumble. Um, it's imminent. They've been calling for like a cup for a while now. That his return is imminent.
I gotta rack my brain here for a second because I could get really obscure with this. Actually, I got one.
You gonna say Papa Shango?
No,
Godfather?
no,
What? Stone Cold? What?
no.
Stone Cold. Hulk Hogan.
Now, I could go really out there and say The Rock,
It's
but
possible. I
I know
wouldn't
it's
put it past it.
I know it's possible, but
Like honestly, the way WWE, I mean,
I'm not
look, you got
confident.
look, okay, for special people, you can't say someone like Brock because Brock's probably already gonna be
No,
there
no,
anyway.
no, no, no.
Um,
I have one. Sean Spears, aka Ty Dillinger.
yeah, I know. He is free right now from AEW, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, he finished up in November.
Yeah, if I'm correct. He's done. Yeah.
He's been teasing on X. He wants to be in the Rumble.
Hmm. Ooh, that's interesting. I
Hmm.
think we might be both right on the special people showing up.
Yeah, I think that I mean, whatever.
I know who's not going to be there. Rey Mysterio. I know who's
So
not going to be there.
actually,
Adam Cole.
just in case that there's a tiebreaker with any of this,
Sure.
give me your one guy who's going to go the longest in both Rumbles. So, man or woman that's going to last the longest.
One for one.
No, no, in either match. The longest performance of the night. Man or woman.
I'm going to say what I said earlier. Ivy Nile.
Okay.
I think she has a good chance to go in a while. I mean, unless they could do Becky. Unless they made Becky go
It would
first.
be hard. Actually, you know what?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to say Punk.
You think
I
Punk's
think
coming number
I
one?
think I think Punk comes in at like 3. I think Punk comes in at 3.
All right, then who's number? Okay. Now, we have to play devil's advocate here just for one last time. It's the last one we're doing.
Yeah.
Last one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your number 30?
Brock.
Yeah, you prick. Here you go that round.
Too easy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Cody.
Oh, I wouldn't have him win it from the 30 spot back to back years. That's just shit.
I'll take it.
Actually,
I'll take away Cody. I say Punk goes number 30 then,
okay, that's fine. That's fair.
because that'd be a nice way to fucking really
That's very logical too.
Yeah.
Like that's like I'm not I I think Punk's gonna go in with something to prove.
Actually, you know what? Cody could be your Iron Man in the men's rumble.
He could go wire to wire.
Yeah, we could go Cody. I don't think they'll do Gunther. I think Gunther meets. I'd be hard pressed to say it would be Gunther again this year, but I think Gunther's demise in that Rumble match comes when the guy you mentioned already shows up, and that's Brock.
Oh,
I think they're doing Brock versus Gunther. I think for the IC title, and to be honest, you Brock might be the guy that takes the title off of Gunther. As stupid as that may sound, because it's also the one title that Brock's never held.
Do you really need to see Brock with a championship in 2024? Because who the fuck
No,
beats who
no,
beats Brock for the
no,
Intercontinental title?
no. I'm just saying though, if there's gonna be somebody that takes the title off of Gunther, it's probably gonna be Brock. He's never held that title. Why? Well, why would it be Brock?
Honestly, the one I saw was you have Gunther hold this until fucking Bash of Berlin in September,
You mentioned it before. That would. He's. I
and
mean,
then
he's. A,
have Ludwig Kaiser beat Gunther. Because what you do, because
yeah, I know.
you see
I
the way that
know.
Gunther you see the
Yeah.
way Gunther treats him, right?
Yeah.
You ramp that up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to where the crowd starts to get behind Ludwig a little bit.
Well, in Germany, Ludwig will be probably the hero because he is from
Exactly.
Germany.
Yeah.
Whereas I get it. I get it. It's across the pond. It's barely a pond. It's like literally like across. It's across the street is Austria. I get it, but still, I would be surprised. Yeah, like, I'm anxious too. Anyway, folks, that is our Royal Rumble preview as well, along with a Raw review. Take us out, Doug.
All right. As mentioned at the top of the show, we've reached over 460,000 or 460,000. I wish. Okay. 460 total downloads.
Manifest it. Manifest it. Manifest it.
We thank each and every one of you. Uh, follow the show at what's with the Leaf product placement.
Relief fans.
Anyways, find the show everywhere except Apple. Find us on YouTube, DA Wrestling Podcast. Follow the show, DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on X. He is Apricel 1982 on Instagram. Andrew at DA Sports on TikTok. I am D Lions 1991 on X, and we'll catch you down the road.
Reparo.